Hey, it's Michael Tiny Soul. Today is Thursday, March 15th. It's just about midnight, and I want to talk about Apple. I get a lot of questions on Apple. It's probably the most popular stock question, obviously. I mean, the thing is just an absolute monster, and if you want to know how to spell that, it's Monsta. But anyway, what are my thoughts on Apple here? I mean, this is just a beautiful base breakout. This is a beautiful base breakout. And just a big relative strength leader here, but it has gotten parabolic. It is just absolutely on fire. I know they were calling up for a big pullback after this candle. Didn't quite turn out to be that big. And then this was a nice little correction with the overall market. But I mean, right now it's showing amazing relative strength. It's very overbought. And it was overbought here, and it was overbought here, and it was overbought here also, all right? And along the way here, I guess it was overbought here, and it still went higher, right? That's not a reason enough to want to short this thing, okay? I mean, look, the trend is your friend until the end when it bends, and, this thing is on fire, but it is getting parabolic here. Now, the iPad 3 is set to be released. This could be buying the rumor. Okay, and that could set up a sell the fact or sell the news kind of event. Now, more than likely, I think they're releasing it Friday morning, if I'm not mistaken, but more than likely, there will be reports coming in of how great it's selling, but that's really nothing new, okay? The iPads always sell great, and I'm sure this iPad is going to be the best iPad to date, and it's only going to get better. And I'm not doubting the supremacy of Apple here, and I'm not mocking them. I'm just looking at the stock. All right, we're headed towards 600, which could be a very nice pin for options expiration, the first triple witch of the year. All right, it's 8% stretched from just the 10-day moving average. All right. And now, I'm not a big believer that these moving averages have to hold. I mean, it held there, it dipped below it and came back. But when you get stretched above the mean, even on the short term like this, I mean, this is an unsustainable movement. Yeah, okay, great. Apple may eventually go to 1,000 or beyond. But at this rate, at this parabolic rate, 25 points a clip, right, it's going to get there very soon. All right, let's see. Let's do the math. It would get there in 25 times 4 is 100 times 4, right, would be, 16. In 16 days, it would be at 1,000. All right, now maybe it's going to do that, but it doesn't seem likely. It seems like it'll do at least something like pull back and try to, go up. And, I mean, the pullbacks can be, wicked on these. So, if you are a risk taker, you may want to watch as this trades into and probably above 600 on the short term, and then watch what happens if it gaps up into the iPad release, which I read is 8 a.m. March 16th. All right, I could be wrong on that, but that's what I just read on a website. So that's on Friday. So it could be a perfect storm. It could be the 600 pin. It could be, okay, the iPad 3 is released. And I mean, how the buy the rumor, sell the news trend works, and it's the oldest trend in the book, is that they buy it up in anticipation, okay? And then what they do is they sell it off once it's fact, once it's news. And it leaves everybody who's late to the party who thinks that after the announcement is made, that's when the acceleration is going to happen. Now, I am not in any way calling a top on Apple. I think this can continue to go higher. I'm not a trend fighter. But when something makes moves like this, and even the pullbacks can be extreme like this, it bears watching. So that's why I said the date. So if you're watching this video 3 months from now and Apple's at 1,000, and you're like, geez, Tiny, I missed that one. Well, I'm just looking as we head into and potentially above the 600 number into the iPad 3 release, which is set for March 16th at 8 a.m. as far as I'm reading it. If it's wrong, then, and you find out, no, it was pushed back or the date was later, then just use that date. That's what I'm looking at for a potential trade on the short side, whether it be from puts, whether it be from a spread, right, which reduces risk immensely, or whether it is from just shorting the stock, which could be extremely risky. Okay, because look, I know people don't like to short because the stock could go to infinity. I don't believe, I never seen a stock go to infinity. Qualcomm tried in '99 or whenever, or 2000, but it never gets to infinity. That's not why I'm saying it's risky. I'm saying it's risky because if it moves in 25, 30-point batches, all right, unless you're very, very careful with your share size, you could get mugged up, pretty easily. So anyway, that's what I have to say about Apple. Let's see if I'm right. And like I said, I'm only looking for a correction back. I'd like to see a correction back to the 10-day moving average, at least maybe this gap here at 570. I mean, look, if it goes to, right, actually, no, it's what, 568. So actually, if it goes above 600, I mean, that would be a 30-something point trade in that alone. And if it goes above 600, and this is obviously on a mission here, all the moving averages are pointing up. This could be, by the time it gets there, it could be somewhere here, or who knows where it's going to be. So, just watch the charts, all right? If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, Tiny at stockmarkettrendsx.com. Have a great trading day whenever you're watching this and beyond.